Oh, hey, has anyone ever told you that your voice is super boring, or you mumble a lot, or we are not sure what exactly have you been talking about in the last few minutes? Have you ever heard that? If you have, then this video is for you. In this video, we'll cover one of the most important things that we sometimes come across. Some individuals, they tend to mumble a lot. And if you are that individual, and if you know that you do mumble a lot, don't worry about that. Watch this video till the end, and you'll find out that there are 4 steps through which you can be able to amazingly transform your voice, your vocal cords, and you'll be able to come across as someone who's very vibrant, who's very amazing, in short. Right, so let's begin. Okay, the first thing first, why do you think people mumble? Mumbling as in like they don't deliver the words the way they should have been delivering the words. They have no tonality in their voice. Everything is kind of dull and boring. So why? So what happened that psychologists and psychiatrists, all these researchers, I always have problems saying psychiatrists or psychiatrists. Anyways, so these researchers kind of figured out, and they were like, this is one of the reasons why people mumble. And that all comes down to one point, and that is lack of self-confidence. Yes, you got it right. Self-confidence, whoever lacks self-confidence will eventually start to mumble. They eventually start to mumble, they don't deliver the words, the voice tends to drop, the volume comes down, and they start to look here and there rather than making an eye contact or maintaining eye contact. That's the first thing. Now, how do you add some vibrance in your voice? How exactly you become the non-boring person? How exactly you can be able to do what? You can be able to add color to your overall vocal persona. That basically means that you need to have an amazing projection of your voice. You have to turn up the projection. Now, hear me out here. Turning up the projection doesn't necessarily mean that you have to shout at the top of your lungs. No. Am I shouting right in front of you? No, I'm merely talking. I'm interacting with you guys. So what you need to do is, you need to do a little practice of projecting your voice at a decent level. Let me tell you this again, and let me put a great emphasis on the fact that you should not consider raising up your volume, screaming, or shouting. That doesn't mean that you're, increasing your projection. For projection, you need a partner. It can be either your husband, wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, siblings, parents, colleagues, whoever you like. And then you can, actually have a conversation with them so that they can evaluate you. So the first thing first, after selecting the partner, for your accountability partner, if I may say, the first step of the 4 steps to have an amazing vocal, to have a non-boring voice, is set target. Now hear me out. It doesn't mean that you have to set a target and work towards it. No, I don't mean that. No, far from it. Setting the target means that someone who's in front of you, that is your target. You need to keep an eye on that target. Okay, never mind. Let's take a stroll down the memory lane and let's go back to the childhood times. What happened in the childhood times? Me and my friends, we used to play a game called throwing the balls or passing the balls. So we have a ball in our hand, the tennis ball, and we are throwing it to the person. Now, if you have been playing that game, what exactly are you doing when you're throwing the ball? You literally hold the ball in your hand, you look towards your target, which is your friend or your, whoever that is. I'm hoping that is your friend. And you're throwing the ball to them. Are you looking somewhere else while throwing the ball? No, you're not. So this is the first thing in order to have not mumbling voice, but to have an amazing voice, the projection. And the first step is to set target and then have an eye contact with that target. People tend to lose focus, and that's why they depict that they are lacking self-confidence. They start looking here and there, they lose the eye contact. Sometimes they're looking there, that side, this side, up, down, everywhere except the person they should be looking at. So I was delivering this talk to a corporate, and it was about the voice training. And the gentleman, in one of the person in the crowd actually said, Darashikoh, you're right. But if I'm interacting with a crowd like you are right now, what would we do in that situation? And I said to him, I said, this is exactly what you should do. You can actually look